And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Okay, today with Lightning Awareness Week going, we've got a couple of slides here, at least one here. Your chance of being struck by lightning greatly increases when remaining outdoors during a thunderstorm. And then some of the activities where people have been struck by lightning include, of course, golfing. That's kind of a notorious one. Boating, running, grilling of all things, and walking. Really, whatever you're doing, just being outside increases your chance of being struck by lightning. So it's pretty obvious there. You go indoors when a thunderstorm breaks out. And looking at the thunderstorm outlook for today, thunderstorms actually occurring from Delta Junction this afternoon up near Fairbanks and into the northern Koyukuk Valley and toward the Brooks Range there, with a scattered thunderstorm condition there with isolated back to the south all the way down into the northern Copper River Basin. And then the outlook for tomorrow from about a line from Northway to Fairbanks, cutting across, say, roughly Bettles on up into Anatuvik, Adigan passes over toward Arctic Village. Look for some chance of some thunderstorm activity in that area. And then for the day on Wednesday, that area expands west and southwestward here along into the lower Yukon River Valley areas and extends up across the Yukon Flats, northward to Arctic Village there, and down closer to the Alaska Range there, which covers just about all the Tanana Valley, 40-mile country on down toward Northway and Tok. And for the fire danger forecast for tomorrow, greatly reduced here with all the moisture and rain coming in, cooler temperatures, higher humidities into the interior. So looking at low fire dangers here, south central Alaska, the holdout being there in the Yukon Flats in that area where little precipitation expected to get into that area there. So it remains high to very high, mostly very high fire dangers in that area and also down there in the central Copper River Basin zone. And for satellite imagery today, you can see a band of clouds here kind of just sliding northwestward with some rain and shower conditions there with it, and thunderstorms here developing and pretty good showers here along the Alaska Range and the Tanana Valley. Again, Delta Junctions carrying thunder off and on throughout much of the day today with about 0.15 of an inch of precipitation falling at the measuring station there, and that condition extending up into the Koyukuk Valley, but still some sunshine, dry conditions to the Yukon Flats. And a cloudy day here for the southeast coast as well as south central Alaska. There were a few sun breaks this afternoon around Cook Inlet and Anchorage. Clouds for Kodiak Island on up across the southwest interior, and a front pushing eastward here, weakening as it goes, but holding together enough to start to spread some rain into the Pribilof Islands and the eastern Aleutians. And you can see that again, most of the big portion of this sliding off to the southeast, so it's starting to split and pull apart right through here, weakening the front considerably, but still some moisture with that. And the forecast for tonight with a low pressure center here pulling eastward, and the front very close to the Pribilof Islands. Look for rain, fog, drizzle, low IFR flying conditions all through this area down to the eastern Aleutians, spreading into the Alaska Peninsula, and showers and thunderstorm conditions here on the decrease tonight, but a lot of clouds left over for the interior. And showers continue this evening and overnight for Kodiak Island into the Kenai Peninsula as well as the North Gulf Coast, and some scattered showers in store for the southeast coast. And for tomorrow, a little bit more in the way of more widespread shower activity for the Panhandle. No change to the North Gulf Coast, back into that kind of damp pattern there with light rain or showers pushing into the area off the Pacific there. More showery for Kodiak Island, and still cloudy skies, cool temperatures here for south central Alaska with scattered shower activity and scattered isolated thunderstorms here over the northeast interior with showers back to the west. And for the day on Wednesday, this front pushes eastward, more rain pushes into Kodiak Island. Weaker low back here keeps it showery over the Pribilof Islands, down in toward the eastern Aleutians in Alaska, Nikolsky, Dutch Harbor, and those locations. And quite an area of shower activity here in thunderstorms for the 40-mile country, Tanana Valley, down into the Copper River Basin, And the North Gulf Coast with another trough here, hung up along the coast, periods of rain, light rain, with showers extending possibly into the Chugach Mountains and down across the Kenai Peninsula, and then up into the Talkeetnas, Copper River Basin. Showery conditions also for the southeast coast. Out to the west, not much at all. Pretty quiet out here over the Bering Sea with fairly light winds, especially for tomorrow, light winds. And then for the day Thursday, week low here, showers for the eastern Aleutians, cloudy skies for the Pribilofs, isolated showers here, but that's staying mostly off the coast here. And but low pressure up over the Koyukuk Valley now, so look for more precipitation up here in that area and along the trough back to the southwest and eastward there across the Yukon Flats. A little bit better chance of picking up some moisture now up in that area as it dries out farther to the south over the Tanana Valley areas into the Copper River Basin. This system here with rain for Kodiak spreads northward. Another kind of cloudy, damp day for the North Gulf Coast. Prince William Sound, southern Kenai Peninsula, mostly cloudy for Cook Inlet, maybe some sun breaks for the Matanuska Valley into the Copper River Basin areas, and increasing chances of rain along the central and south coast of the Panhandle with showers over the inside waters. Lows tonight in the 50s for the most part here up over the interior, cooling into the 40s out toward the Bering Strait. And mostly in the upper 40s here for southern Alaska, the Alaska Peninsula, lower 50s for the Panhandle. Highs tomorrow, mostly in the right around 60 or so, or into the lower 60s for the southeast coast. Near 80 again for Fort Yukon, and otherwise lower 70s in the Tanana Valley, upper 50s, lower 60s, south central Alaska into Bristol Bay, lower 50s for Kodiak Island, in the 40s out over the Bering Sea. Upper 30s for central Arctic coast. And then the lows in the 50s here up over the interior areas, and mostly 40s to near 50 for southern Alaska, lower 50s to the southeast coast, followed by highs 75 to 80 for the Yukon Flats. That'll be the warmest spot in the state, but generally in the lower 70s, so cooler conditions, barely reaching 70 around Fairbanks there, staying in the upper 60s. And mostly in the lower 60s, south central Alaska, Copper River Basin in the 50s, or actually the 40s to near 50 for the Bering Sea and the Aleutians, and in the 50s to near 60 for the southeast coast.